Hello and welcome to Roguelike Dolls Plays Returnal. We just beat the game an additional time. And we are now back in the very blue looking thing. And I realized I've played this whole game on colorblind mode, and just for like reference here, I want to point out one, I was playing with the controller speaker a little bit. Which is okay. Two, can I turn aim assist higher? Wow, I'm definitely gonna do that. Toggle, hold. I try always sprint. I think I want hold, though. That's how I've been using it. Scanning, hold, risky interactions. You know what? We're gonna go up to press mode because we actually ran into some problems with that. And then the other thing that we're gonna look at is I want to see how the game looks without the colorblind mode on. I think, yeah, probably the video's like slightly more accessible with the colorblind mode on, but it is interesting to me that I experienced the whole color palette of this game for the, the sort of default playthrough in colorblind mode. And I didn't even notice like a lot of things. Like, for example, I think that purple color is our that's Obolite, and the lasers are red instead of like orangish, which is very strange. Or maybe the lasers are red now. I don't even know. Like, oh geez, it really changes the feel of the game quite a bit. And I don't know if I like it. I think I was comfortable in the colorblind mode. I guess if you're red, blue colorblind, this color palette's really not gonna work for you, you know? There's a lot of stuff that's just... Actually, I was definitely in using toggle mode. So I think for our controls, we were not using it hold. We want, oh, what's this? Adaptive, aiming and firing, custom, classic, aim and fire. What was this? Aim and firing using the adaptive triggers. I forget what we were on. I think we were on classic. Right? What's default? We definitely weren't on custom. Well, we may have been on adaptive, but the other thing we wanted to do, I want to go back to this colorblind mode because that's what I'm now used to in the game. You know, and it does really get rid of a lot of the reds in the game. Like, our boots are no longer red. They're kind of an orangey color. Our items have a different, like... Oh, and I remember it. The real thing I wanted to do was go to gameplay, change sprint to toggle, scanning to hold. But risky interactions can be press. You know what, let's try always sprint for a little while. This is kind of sleek. I think there were situations where we wanted to walk. I kind of wish I could, like, press to walk. That would be a nice variant here. There was some platforming stuff that was, like, a little tricky that I wanted to be in a... Are we fighting, like, standard default difficulty enemies once again? I don't mind that. Youch. Pretty much lost all my discipline around fighting them, though. You know, I'd, like, stopped respecting their attacks, and I need to become an attack respecter. That said, I think we have this completely in the bag. We're for sure gonna take this W. Calling it right now. I guess you're still alive? Where are you? Right, there you go. I was really impressed with the ending of this game, and I hope we can get more endings. One thing is, now that we are, you know, all fancy, and we have all of our suit augments, there's like nothing in the game that we can't get through except for, I think, the really strong shield Thor types. We don't yet have whatever cures that. Collect resins, very easy. We will be doing that soon. No worries there. Ouch. We would like to maintain high adrenaline because it does affect your long-term scaling. Alright, we have original squids, which are kind of dangerous, but not too bad. This item will help a lot. Pyro shell, very cool. We are proficiency 0 now, so we kind of like reset, but we do have our extra items. So we're starting from the beginning, but we have more, you know, variety. And I think we will go with this new weapon, just because I haven't used it that much. Interesting. It looks like there's a slight delay before those projectiles blow up. Okay, what do we got? Proximity locator, not too interested. We do have a lot of keys, so we'll be using a lot of keys in this run. Phantom Limb, eliminating hostiles has a 10% chance to increase integrity is a good get. Much less of a drawback than heal on melee kills, although, you know, less certain, no doubt. Come here, let me get you. Alright. We got most of them. Pretty good. Are you a thing, like in a tree or something? Why is there a symbol here? Ether, alright. We'll take an ether. We'll take an energy barricade, and we'll take a look at this weapon as well. Modified sidearm? Let's go for it, actually. This can be our modified sidearm arc. So I don't think we were giving adequate respect to the sidearm. Oh, whoops. One thing I wish was true about this starting area is, man, you just like get out of practice fighting these guys because they don't show up right after the start, you know? Hi, Stanley, come hang out with me. Youch. Where are you? Ow. Humiliating. Alright. That was a warm-up. Don't you worry about me. I'm very much in charge here. Give me this lithium resin. Ouch. I feel like these are slightly easier to dodge, but we're less in practice dodging them. Is there like a full substructure down there, or is it just like a mini-map glitch? There is, but I'm scared to explore it. I don't know if it's just a, like, artifact that's appearing on our mini-map, or in fact, like, a platform that maybe we could stand on safely. We got a scout log.
Memories. House key rusted with regrets.
Alright.
I slot it into the lock and turn. The door opens.
Moving right along. I don't know if that was a scout log that we have gotten before. I don't know if they got reset or anything. Alright, now we're cooking with gasoline. Gasoline cooks, they're called. The most renowned and skilled of all cook types. Everyone respects gasoline cookers. It's so hazardous, but so rewarding. Some PS5 feedback, and I need to find a way to get this to Sony, because I think they're making a mistake with some of their, like, system-level audio out options. Mainly, you can't output to... you can't output to a TV and a headset at the same time, but there is actually scenarios where that's very useful to do. Namely, what I'm doing right now, it would be very nice to be able to output my sound from the PS5 directly to first the TV and then later the headset. And the account is, or at least first the TV and then, you know, not later the headset, but I need the, like, PS5 to be operating in theater mode and headset mode at the same time, or else you can't really stream and use a product like the Sony Pulse headset. These are good, but we don't have any money. And we don't have, like, a secret way to get more money in this room, so I think we have to go. That's fine. This is a heal, but I don't think we need it right now. We'll probably just leave it on the ground. We've already been up there. And this is this behind a breakable barrier? Not even behind a barrier. Perfect. That lithium up on the second level is just, like, too large to be economical for us to use right now, because we're just missing almost no health. We'll take a spit mob blaster, and then we'll get the other stuff that's in this room. It's a pretty simple platforming puzzle. We don't actually need to get hit during it, but we could if we wanted to. Oh my god. Why am I so bad this morning? I was so on fire yesterday. Alright, but we did get the obolites. And I believe we don't have the key for this, but maybe we can get up there.
The Citadel complex is this way, and now I have the technology to reach it.
Alright, locked containers. So we don't have to immediately go to Frike if we want. We could explore the Citadel first. We never actually, like, died on a run where we unlocked the Citadel. So, you know, we were fighting it with pretty OP stuff. I hope we can, like, get backwards. Are you closing behind me? Alright, shit, I guess we're going to the Citadel first. I don't know how difficult this will be. With our current build, which has, like, nothing. The enemies here are kind of tough. But maybe it will be cool. It might have been the right choice to fight Frike first. I think this will just beeline towards the end of the game, which, one, the hubris of thinking that we could actually get to the end of the game on this run where we don't have, like, anything good. And two, I'm not saying that that can't happen, but it's, like, probably not gonna happen, right? Secondly, How do I get up there? I don't even know. I don't really see a way. Second order of business is... Oh, I guess there's this. Ignoring that, I don't know if I want to beat the game right now. I'd rather like go through the motions and do some stuff first, like fight Frike again. It's been a long time. However, I think we're not long for this world if we are starting in the Citadel. Trying to get to wherever that close proximity translocator is, but maybe I have to go around this. Perfect. Where are we going? My face was a little itchy, that's why I stopped moving. Ouch. See, we're for sure gonna die in this room. There's just like no chance. Ouch. I mean, there could be a chance. We need to not do stuff like that, though. That's for certain. Ouch. Ow. Alright, that's good. We learned our lesson about going to the Citadel early. I have a feeling that thing in the storage room we used last time, I can't confirm it, and I'm not willing to confirm it. But I have a feeling that that thing in that room toggles us between the two playthroughs, maybe? Or maybe it just resets it.
Triptych. I have fixed one sun face fragment to another. Reignite the sun.
Error, absolute rejection. I can't really remember if any of these are new or not. Golden coil, not very good, frankly. Alright, sorry, I gotta figure out what other things in this game are actually red. So let's turn that back down to medium, because I was having a fine time on medium. And we're gonna set all this to default and just get used to it. But it is interesting to me that a lot of things were like coded with color red. Like our sword was red. These enemies were red. Youch. Alright, we did it. If you are colorblind and you would prefer me to go to, you know, back to the other mode or to some other mode besides the mode I was playing on, let me know. But for now, I'm gonna just experience the game for, you know, this filter. And I think, I'm not like an expert on accessibility tools, but is it true that if a person is like watching YouTube or something, they can apply a filter directly to their screen to help differentiate colors? Or maybe there's some software, but like to do a transform on colors to other colors, because that's kind of what that filter is doing anyways, right? So you'd think that that would be a technology that a person could run on their end. I mean, I guess I could ask whether or not it's worth running games in colorblind mode. I think there's certain games where colorblind mode typically looks better. Like, I think League of Legends is an example where I think the default color scheme is not very good, and the colorblind modes scheme is pretty decent by comparison. Just like the way it looks, I think is better. Get these pittance of obolites. Go into here. This is the ideal, like, first room to fall into. For sure gonna trade it out, because, like, everything's better than our starting pistol. I don't want the shotgun. Maybe we could use dread rounds. That could be nice. At the very least, it's different than what we're accustomed to. Alright, I think the other one disappeared. We got Repair Augment. That's a classic ability, which gives us, you know, what do we got? Shocking Shatter Skin. Survive a killing blow. Triggers a... You know what? We'll take it, and here's why. A critical malfunction is better than being dead most of the time. I think there's, like, you could draw a couple of exceptions, maybe. Like, well, what if you had, like, an astronaut and a replicator room prepped to go? It's kind of better to use those first. But currently, we don't have that. Right, so that's a big if. Those things are kind of expensive and not necessarily on your path always. Youch. And two, we just straight don't have those, so, like, it's an eventuality. But for now, we have to assume that it's kind of better to have a critical malfunction. Got him. And if we can keep this adrenaline level 4, we'll have a lot better of a time with our proficiency rate. It will grow a lot quicker for us. This was a room type we previously couldn't access because we did not have the Delphic filter, which I believe prevented us from getting this reactive stabilizer's data cube. Repair efficiency 20% is great. We're now up to, like, maybe 50% repair efficiency, which is brutal. If we can pair that with, like, repair at low integrity, we're in a ridiculously powerful spot that could perhaps take us through the end of the game from here, for sure. Like, end of playthrough 1 is easily achievable. Tachymatic Carbine's pretty good, but maybe we'll go for some sidearm. I want to understand why the sidearm is worth taking. I refuse to believe that it's just worse. Alright, so we do have all the paths unlocked to us. So we don't even necessarily need to kill Frike, although I think I want to kill Frike because she gives us a free item. Alright, Hollow Seeker 2 could be fun, but we're gonna try to be a modified sidearm enjoyer. Like, I don't think there's any sort of, like, magic to it, but maybe we're missing something. Like, that tracker shot's pretty good. Alright, what do we got? We are getting more obolites for our efforts, because we have 5 proficiency gain disabled. That's pretty bad. What do we need? Perform melee kills. We could get that in this room. Collect artifacts is going to be a little bit of a taller order, but, you know, not ruling it out. We'll go with this. Homing missile is a cool one, though. No doubt. Let's try to get some melee kills here. I want to believe in the power of the modified sidearm. However, we're also trying to be a pylon driver, understander, and enjoyer, so not a huge waste to switch off like this. There are some areas of this room which were previously inaccessible that are now accessible to us. Is there a thing up there? No. Mainly this kind of side path up and over there. We weren't previously able to get to that area. So first, let's get this. Warped bouncy ball. Increased repair efficiency per ether, so now we have a total of 80% repair efficiency. Sorry for the mower. Alright. We can't get through this. So we clearly have some more stuff to get in this game. For sure. Malignant key is fine. Collect 300 obolites is doable. Wait, what are you? Energy barricade? Okay. And then when we're up here, we're gonna jump down to that thing and hopefully get another melee kill here. So when we take the large resin, I thought traditionally a couple of like squids or something comes out and tries to grab us, but I guess if you're not gonna attack us with squids, I'm not gonna mind too much. Once again, sorry for the lawnmower. But, you know, I think it adds to the, you know, one, I don't know how much the lawnmower is picking up anyways. I assume quite a bit, because it's, you know, very loud. Two, maybe it makes a little bit more of an intimate atmosphere, you know? You know, it's just the two of us sitting in a room with an open window. I'm just kidding, I'll close the window in a second. It's an abomination. Where is our third squid? Maybe we got him. Alright, give me 1 sec. Okay, my 1 second is over. We didn't get him, we gotta do better. This gun is a lot more menacing in the red color than the orange. I think a lot of things are. What do we got? Nullification sphere is kind of cool. Got him. Got him. you know, maybe even I will use the word especially early on in the playthrough of this game when you're at like proficiency 2. I'm thinking that the electron pylon driver or whatever, electro pylon driver is an extremely powerful weapon. Really, really good. Just oodles of power on tap, you know? We're gonna buy lots of stuff from our store, I think for sure. We want blade balancers, very good. Speed and protections, very good. I think we're gonna start with blade balancer. And what's that on melee kills? That's really good, but we're gonna prioritize this. And we might come back for those other items, we might not. We'll see. We would love something that heals us. Get pyloned? Get pyloned? Who else needs one? Nobody? The room is sufficiently pyloned? Sick. Oh. You need a pylon. Got him. Alright, we would love to encounter the death pool. It's been a long time coming that we finally get to partake of the mysterious pool of death that is long evaded, and you know, large Slithium was absolutely a waste to take, but I guess that's the type of ship we're running here on Roguelike Dolls. Who backtracks for health? That's terrible. Alright, kinetic siphon, sweet. Energy barricades, okay. Kinetic field is pretty sweet. Maybe we'll ditch energy barricade, even though it's better, just because I think those ones are fun, and I think we can use them in here. Right? We're gonna... Oh, frick. They'll be okay. What we're gonna say is we want to check out this, see if it can give us a proficiency upgrade. That's good. And check out this. The little obolites, that's good. But most importantly, we want to go to our mob trap room. Kinetic siphon potentially gets us all the healing we need in this room. We'll consider using it here in a second. Available, we do have, you know, a lot of available health on the ground, so we don't have to use our item, because our item could be useful in a different room. Granted, it won't be useful on like Frike, but certainly somewhere. Got him. I'm really enjoying this pylon driver. I gotta tell you, I am changed of opinion on this. Pylon driver, top tier weapon. Not as good as the ultimate death cannon that we had in the conclusion of the previous run, but you know, that's like a once in a run thing. Pylon driver's like a pretty consistent get. You know, you don't exactly have to be lucky. We got the gorilla, a once intimidating foe. We are gonna bum rush him and get that melee kill. Alright, weapon harvester is cool. We're gonna take the thermite launcher and say goodbye to this, and then we're gonna use the weapon harvester in a second. Air enhancers, okay. Guess we'll take 2 of those. We're gonna pick up this for a second. Want that. Phantom Limb is okay. We're definitely not turning our nose up at the Phantom Limb. Small Sliphium's okay, and here's this chest. Level 3 Pyro Shell with secondary explosion. Bonus damage, explosive radius, reload speed. Obolite magnet. I think secondary explosion's perhaps more fun. And then we'll do that. Got a worn calibrator. Yeah. We'll try out this weapon for a little bit. Let's see, what is this? Repair enhancer, we'll take both of those. And then we'll keep her moving, I think. What's this item over here? It's an obolite. We're interested. Resin, we're interested. Very good, very good. Alright, this was just the energy barricade and the kinetic field, which we're not gonna go with. I think the combo of repair enhancer plus kinetic siphon gets us a, like, one-time full heal, almost regardless of context, so we gotta run with that in case we get into trouble. The idea would be to pop a repair enhancer and then go apeshit on like a group of enemies. We definitely want this data cube. What is it? Leeching Nanoswarm sounds nice. We probably did want to go that way, but I think Leeching Nanoswarm sounds better than the one that we currently have. Who are you? A lot of dogs. Is there a dog up here with me? Sick. We jumped into the mouth of the monster. Have I dealt damage with this weapon yet? I do not like that it has a delayed explosion. It's like, it's okay, but it's kind of inconvenient because I'd really, most of the time, just rather my enemies be dead than not quite dead yet. It does have some explosive radius going for it though, so maybe I'm undervaluing it a tiny bit. That thing definitely has a more rich color, but we will be taking the Hollow Seeker because it's less annoying to me right now. I'm not ready to be... Alright, auto repair at low integrity completes our trifecta of, or quadfecta in this case, of really OP shit. Like, we're gonna be so fine for the rest of this run, not to brag. Looks like this is our Frike door. Hello. Which is good, we like to find Frike. We're not gonna rush the Frike fight yet, though, because we have a bit of exploring we can still do. There's still some stuff in the store that we would like to buy, and more importantly, our objectives here aren't just to beat Frike or anything. We want this stuff, like possibly new library material.
They built protection. This must have occurred centuries ago.
I think that's talking about the Citadel. What do we got? Hostiles counter. Emergency at low integrity, gain proficiency rate. That's pretty good. Whee! And we weren't able to get this one before.
The observer appears to represent a specific sentient. This seems so disconnected.
Alright, apparently that one's not new. That's fine. We do need to beat Frike in order to use this data cube, and that's one of the biggest things we can do for our kind of long-term unlocks. But I think we're not in any danger of missing on the Frike fight if we continue to explore. And I think we miss out on a lot of exploration and a lot of really good stuff if we don't, you know, fully respect the process of getting to the Frike fight. Ouch. Somebody had very seeker rounds. Die. Got him. We're back on the mode where we can just slap everything, which is pretty nice. Sure, give me Split Mount Blaster. You know, when there's no unlocks with a weapon, I am pretty okay with changing, especially when we're in a position where we're not too worried about our health or anything, or our ability to kill enemies. That's a pretty good time to experiment with weapons, right? No, we don't want a mobile weapons stimulant. Youch. Alright, we're not quite at low integrity yet, which is unfortunate. You know, if he's not going to come over here, I will gladly shoot at him all day. Alright, this is the one we need to charge, but it does do hella damage. We got Slippium and a Spit Mob Blaster with Kill Sight, and we like the idea of a Rapid Splitter. Alright, but Weapon Stimulant still isn't a great thing to have. We're agreed. Thank you. It is your validation that makes this content possible. We're doing a fine job building up proficiency. Level 4, if I recall, is pretty decent relative to our attempts that we were making, you know, in episodes 4 or 5 or whatever. We'll unlock a door, why not? I feel like in those early episodes we were lucky to get to 4 by the very end of our kind of exploration cycle before Frike, and now we're like getting there kind of easily. Ground spikes are cool. We'll take 2 ground surge. Repair enhancer, unfortunately, just isn't as good as... Actually, I changed my mind. Repair enhancer is a lot better than kinetic siphon, and here's why. The big difference for us is when we heal at low integrity, we're gonna be like potentially a lot more repair efficient if we have repair enhancer. So we want it. Got him. We want it because it gives us so much extra healing. Go up here. I don't think we've ever been up here. Yeah, we're in the mode where we're taking advantage of the joys of exploring areas that we've already been, you know, with the newfound cool stuff. Okay, this isn't really here nor there. I guess there's this is here. Maybe we can jump. Oh, okay, maybe we can jump, but not to the spot that I thought we could. I don't know if we can jump, actually. Oh, alright, we're fine. Where do we even want to be? We would love to be one level up from here. So what we need to do is go here. Which is going to take us the wrong direction, I think. Alright, so then we need to go over here. Go up. And then this brings us over here, which gives us a chance to jump down in a kind of productive way. I don't know about that. I don't know if all this effort is worth, like, a single Sliphium upgrade. Maybe this makes it more apparent. Like, we can do this. No, that's just a circle. Maybe this is the way, though. Might be overthinking it. I've been guilty of overthinking it in the past, once or twice. Ouch. Got him. I guess we didn't get our adrenaline reset, which is ideal, really. We'll keep going down this side path. Like, this Spit Mob Blaster does not feel good right now. It doesn't do any damage at any kind of range. Like, if we're gonna take a weapon this slow, it's really gotta, you know, whiz the juice, wheeze the juice. Wheezing the juice. And it's not doing that for us, for sure. So we'll stick to our melee weapon, as was, you know, the custom the first time we did this. Adrenaline reset, not the end of the world. Tiniest bit inconvenient. We miss out on some proficiency and some obolites, but long term, I'm not thinking it matters. Sure. It just mostly won't matter. We'll have plenty of proficiency. We're already on level 5, which is great. Modified sidearm we're going to take. Weapon stimulant, not as interested in. Okay, and we reached the end of the line, and we got a alt fire augment or a protection augment. We're gonna go with, I don't know if we can get both, but if we can, I think we want both. Alt fire is pretty dang good. That's a thing. We had lots of alt fire in our winning run. I don't know if it was like the primary motivator for winning that run, but it certainly did not hurt at all. Apex Sphere, we'll take that right away. And then we want both of these repair augments. And with that, we will head back to our shop room area, I think. See if we want to buy any more of these weapons. I need a brief bathroom break. I will pause and I'll be right back. Hello, we're back. And you know, I just don't know what all this gender equality or, you know, marriage rights are worth if we don't have a James Bond villain who is trans and named Madam Own Tits. But that's a sentence that was in my head, and now it gets to live in your heads as well. We'll take a 1 second cooldown per. We'll take both of these actually. Just because, you know, the shops in the Red Waste, I think it's called. Can we not even fight Frike? No, that's not where we fight Frike. Where do we fight Frike? Forward. The shops in the kind of like red versions of these levels are not great. What are these? These are energy barricade and ground surge. I think we can, no. All right, wait, give me ground surge. I thought I had 2 ground surges. Okay. Clearly I don't know how anything works, but that's fine. I could have warped a little bit closer, but we're okay. We didn't find any of our death pools, which is too bad. I really wish we found some death pools. That's okay. We'll go after Frike now. What kind of weapon do we have? Modified sidearm? Sick. This is not a bad one. We would need a really good modified sidearm to replace this in our anti-Frike inventory. You know what? Good eye. Electron Pylon Driver, or Electro Pylon Driver, is probably especially good at getting rid of those dudes. Fabricator Shifter is cool. You'd have to kill Frike and come back here. So we're gonna take Fabricator Shifter. Ground Surge is no doubt a good item. Oh, what are you? Squid? Alright, we'll kill a couple more squids, if only for the Ovalites. The reason why we're taking Fabricator Shifter is that it has a lot more potential to get us a big power jump, and we're not looking for anything less than a big power jump. Ooh, alright, we have Doombringer or Shockstream, and I'm thinking we want Doombringer. We lose a little bit of fire rate, but we also get to work on burst fire, so can't argue with that. And we're back with our friend Frike. It's been so long. We have learned so much, and you so little. And now prepared to die. Hello, Frike. We're doing great. Ouch. That'll get you. That adrenaline reset, not ideal, but it's not the end of the world either. And we're basically invincible because we have like 80 repair efficiency and, you know, the thing that gives us additional, what word am I looking for? That gives us a low integrity heal. That's a great alt fire cooldown, or alt fire. We don't mind that at all, actually. It does slow us down when it's charging, which is no good. We are making progress. It's not necessarily the quickest. We whiffed our Doombringer shot. It's a little bit unfortunate. We could be getting more melee attacks off on this clown. But it's also a little risky to be that close because we just don't have good eyes on him when we're like up in his face, or her face. She's kind of feminine, but on the other hand, she's literally an alien, so... I mean, I'm still gonna use she and or they for her because... You know, I mean, if... like... Look at her? No, we're gonna get in trouble. I'm a she, they user, just in case you think I'm being, like, mean to people or something. That's not my intention. That's a close one. Get him? Yeah. Youch. Forgot about that. We must be close to a low integrity heal at this point. Ouch. Alright, so we should be doing our low integrity heal thing now. Ow, that could kill us. We need to get this one. Oh, we used one of our repair efficiency, which should help a little bit here. Alright, and we did heal quite a bit from that. Progenitor egg, attaching or detaching parasites, increases proficiency, that's ideal. We didn't handle that for third phase very well. Execution bolts is what we like to see. And we will put our cube in this device and unlock a new item. What do we got? Reactive stabilizers. 25% chance to avoid being knocked down by heavy attacks. That's kind of nice. Do we have a parasite that we care about? Yes. We care deeply about all of our parasites. And now we want to... Is that like a square room that we didn't even explore? I guess we want to go explore that square room. Why not? If we could get a couple more obolites, we could reset this store before we go to the Fractured Waste. And maybe we could find some pools to actually explore, which is far more interesting than fighting Frike an additional time, in my opinion. You know what? We'll take Hollow Seeker 5. That's 100% good enough for what we're doing. Okay, we got a chest. And this should spawn some enemies. Well, we gotta go for Seeking Flare, right? Got his ass? No, we didn't. Alright. We're healing, we're fine. That would normally be where the key to Frike's door is located. Trying to think of where we want to go. Here's an idea. Actually, we don't have any money, so let's just go to the Fractured Waste and keep all our stuff. Alright, where is our Fractured Waste store? I guess we could zoom out a little bit to make this easier. I think it's over there, so We'll try that. We would love a second repair at low integrity item. That would synergize really well. Okay, let's check out this one first. Any door with a circle on top of it is a potential target for what's the word for it? A potential target for something good. Is this golden coil? Did we already buy this item? It is golden coil. Alright. We're not too hot on golden coil because we believe in spending obolites. I think this might be the Citadel way. What's it? This attack which grants us spikes. Yeah, this is the Citadel. We're not too concerned with that. Ooh, and our death pool. Get right in there. And we got a collection of little pods. Maybe we get a parasite out of them. What do we got? Alt fire cooldown. We'll take that. We don't use that many. We'll take that as well. Cannot pick up new weapons. Kill 20 hostiles. We can handle both of these. We did heal quite a bit for picking up that parasite. Which we, you know, we love it. You know, every time I pick up this cannon, I feel like I'm getting burned. Parasite Harvester. You know what? Let's go for it. Which parasite did we nuke? Low integrity is good. Repair efficiency is good. Survive a killing blow. So we did nuke the one that we just got, which is ideal because it's by far the least impactful. So, you know, can't complain about that, I think. Whoa. Ended up in a tree. Got another resin. Alright. No reason to panic about this room. We will trade this for almost any weapon in the game. Except for that one. These are all really low level weapons because we did this room like second. We'll find a new weapon pretty quick in the Crimson Wastes though. So for sure don't have to panic. Let us through. And with that, we're probably going to end this episode just because the file size is going to get unwieldy if I continue. So, thank you for coming. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and we'll continue from here on the next episode.